Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pick up the phone. Okay, thank God. Put me on speaker because you need to sit down for this. You are absolutely not going to believe where I am right now. I'm currently locked in my uncle's hotel bathroom. My hands are shaking and my lip is swollen. Yes, swollen. So remember that trip with my grandparents and cousins? It turned into an episode of Criminal Minds. We're at the hotel. Me, my grandparents, my 14-year-old cousin A, and my little cousin B, who is 6. Grandma went out to get the dog, leaving us with Grandpa, who is basically furniture. We were just messing around, and A flopped onto the bed near B now. B has severe trauma from her past, so even though it didn't hurt her, B had a full meltdown. She cried for an hour. By the time Grandma came back, B was just doing those little post-cry sniffles. But Grandma walks in, clearly already in a bad mood, hears the sniffling and snaps. The vibe dropped to -10 degrees. She starts screaming at this traumatized 6-year-old to stop crying right now. B gets terrified and cries louder because she's scared of Grandma. And Grandma, she escalates. It was like a power struggle between a grown woman and a kindergartner. It was insane. My grandma just snapped, and I don't know what to do. She was screaming at my 6-year-old cousin, and then things got physical. She literally dragged B by the arm and shoved her into the corner, screaming, "I said stop," in her face. B was shaking and hyperventilating. It felt like a horror movie. I couldn't just watch, so I got up and pulled Grandma's arm. I wasn't rough, I just said, "Stop, you're scaring her, leave her alone," and tucked B behind me. Grandma spun around, and I swear she looked possessed. Before I could process it, whack. She backhanded me right across the mouth. I stood there tasting blood because my tooth cut my lip. She has never hit me in my life. She just hissed, "Stop correcting me." I burst into tears from the shock. My cousin whispered, "Call your uncle right now." I didn't even grab my shoes. I grabbed my phone and ran into the hallway, sliding down the wall, shaking so bad I could barely dial. I called my uncle, gasping for air. I finally managed to get out. "She hit me. Please come. She's crazy." I'm sitting in the hallway crying after my grandma backhanded me, and I can still hear her screaming at the kids inside. My uncle and aunt arrived in record time. My uncle saw my bleeding lip and went straight into that room. He told Grandma, "We are leaving. I'm taking the kids." Grandma actually tried to block him. She pointed at me and said, "You can take them, but not her." She tried to lunge at me to snatch my phone because she knew I'd tell my mom. She was screaming, "You aren't going anywhere." It was psycho behavior. My uncle physically blocked her so I could escape. Now we are safe at my uncle's hotel, but listen to the text she just sent me. "This is the level of gaslighting I'm dealing with." She wrote, "Sorry things got out of control. I never meant to hit you. It was my reflex when you pulled me. I love you and never want to hurt you." Reflex. Since when is backhanding your granddaughter in the mouth a reflex? She is trying to make it sound like an accident. My grandma calls slapping me a reflex, but it gets so much worse. My mom called me and said Grandma told everyone that I was the aggressor. She told them I got in her face and raised my fist to her. Me, I cry when I step on a snail. Thankfully, my family knows me and shut that lie down immediately. But the fact that she tried to ruin my reputation to cover her tracks makes me sick. Then, this morning, the audacity, she calls my uncle while we are eating breakfast. She asks, completely casually, "Are the girls over their anger issues yet?" Their anger issues. I literally choked on my juice. She assaulted a minor, terrorized a child, lied to the family, and wakes up acting like asterisk we are the ones who had a tantrum. I can't even look at her. I feel like our relationship is shattered forever. Every time I close my eyes, I see her face right before she hit me. It wasn't my grandma, it was a stranger. Am I the crazy one here? I feel like I'm losing my mind.